All right. Hey, everybody. We are so sorry. It's something with Facebook. I think they changed the algorithm, and for some reason, they keep kicking us off. If it gets kicked off again, we'll come back. Right, ladies?
Just hold on. Just hold on. We're coming back.
Okay, so we're going to make this work. All right. So what we were saying before is share the show. And if you do, you get into a free reading and you get to choose either Cassie or myself, and it will be on our next show. Yeah. And so, so definitely share, and that kind of gets the word out, whoever needs the healing tonight. And so I'm really excited about this. So share, share, share. All right.
I'm making sure I'll donate a free reading. Yes.
All right. So hi, Kimberly. How are you? Let's say hello to some of our ladies while they get back on. And gentlemen, because there may be some gentlemen. Hello, hello. Hey, Julie, how are you? Oh, I love it that y'all are telling us where you are from.
Oh, tell me. I can't see.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so they're basically from Texas. Julie was from Waller, Texas.
Waller, Texas. Nice. Hi, Julie.
And so I'm going to give it just a few minutes and see if everybody can get on and share. Okay, so Tracy, go ahead. Yeah. We're going to open it up to you, my dear, and tell us how, first of all, you got into this business. Because, that's the first thing that we want to know.
I hope you guys have plenty of time. So, yeah, I've only been doing this probably, I think I'm on my 5th year. And I've always been interested in the afterlife, always had a curiosity about it. I lost my dad when I was, I believe, 19 when he finally passed away. And so there's always been this curiosity, but I thought, you were born with it. You were special. I remember staying up late at nights watching John Edwards on TV and just wishing that could be me, right? And so it was always implanted in my head. I used to read all the Sylvia Browne books, so I've been interested in it from a really, really long time. And then it wasn't until about 5 years ago my interest peaked even more. And one day I felt like I woke up different. I felt like I had this different energy and I was searching for answers. I was a seeker. I found myself in church a lot, but nothing felt right. And then one day I found myself at a local metaphysical store, and I don't know, I just felt like I was coming home. So that began my journey of awakening, taking classes, and weird things started happening. So I think once you start opening up your world to that, I think it just opens up your pineal gland. Things start opening, things start happening. I was meditating a lot. And so some really cool experiences came from that. And so I am a big believer that if you are drawn to this work, if this is something you're interested in, you can do it. I think anybody can do it if they have a passion and a will and they want to learn how to do it. So that's where it all began.
It's interesting, too, that you said that you were being pulled into it, because last week, Cassie and I talked about being authentic. Mm-hmm. And that's how, when you're being pulled and you're going, okay, Spirit, I'm coming. And, and it kind of, and then you go, okay, that's me. That's my authentic self.
Yeah, I was like, I felt I always knew. So I was never, I know some people get into this work and they don't want to tell anybody. They keep it hush hush. I was never like that. The minute I connected with Spirit and knew I could do that, I was telling everybody, and I didn't care, right? So I knew then that this is where I was supposed to be, right? I finally found the path that I was supposed to be on, and my mission to help people. And so it just feels like home. It feels right. And I don't mind telling the world. I scream it from the mountaintops. I don't care, right? I don't care. And that's what I try to teach people too. Be authentic. If this is what you're meant to be, that's what you're meant to be. Tell your story, right?
And you're healing others, right? I mean, you're healing others and, really getting all the energy, positive energy out there.
Right.
So that's totally awesome.
And people will get attracted to that, right? Vibration. We're going to talk about vibrations today. And that's exactly what it is. If you vibrate at a certain level, you're going to attract people to help, to heal, all those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you got to tell us about how you came up with the name.
Okay, so yeah, it's a really cool story. And I just knew. So like I mentioned before, my dad had passed away when I was 19. So that has always been my driving force into the spirit world. And about 5 years ago, when everything started happening to me, the color red became really, really prominent for me. Like I was noticing not only just the red birds, the cardinals, but red flowers, just everything red. It was just, for some reason, the red jumped out at me more than any other color did.
Oh, wow.
And one day I went for a hike with a friend of mine, and we were hiking, and out of nowhere I stopped, and I had this vision of a red couch in the middle of the woods. And I even said that. I said, how random would it be to have a red couch out here in the middle of the woods? And you know, he looked at me like I was crazy, right? Because I was going through some crazy things at that time. Like, okay, she's talking to dead people, whatever. But he said, okay, yeah, that would be crazy. And so we kind of just chalked it up to nothing. But let me tell you, spirit works in amazing, amazing ways. Not even maybe a week. I can't remember exactly how long, but my washing machine broke, dead. It was done, right? It was broke. And so I had to go to a laundromat and take all my clothes to the laundromat. And he went with me, and we went to the laundromat, and he said, well, let's just go for a walk. And where I live, there's a laundromat. Behind the laundromat is like a field, an open field. And then past that's the lake. So we said, well, let's go for a walk and just go down to the lake and walk around while my laundry's running. And we did. As soon as we crossed the building to go to the field, there was an abandoned red couch right there in the field.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so then I knew, okay, Dad, thank you. Right. I knew that that's had to mean something, that they were guiding me and leading me. And so I embraced it. And that's how I became the red couch medium. There you go.
Definitely destined for it. Hey, let's raise our glasses for that.
Like, hey, amazing, right?
We do have a question from Kimberly, real quick. She's asking, what's the difference between you and Teresa? I cannot pronounce her last name.
Caputo. There is no difference, because she's famous and has a TV show, but we do the same exact thing.
Well, we can say we're famous on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm getting TikTok famous. I'm trying.
Yes.
Yeah, but I do the same thing Teresa Caputo does. I'm a medium just like her, connecting with loved ones who've crossed over. She has an amazing style of her own. We all have our own style. We all have our own way of working. And so, yeah, I would compare myself to her, just not famous. Not famous. No. I don't have a TV show or anything yet.
Yeah, I love how you said yet.
Yes.
You hear that, Cassie?
I'm leaving it open.
I heard it.
That's a great question, though, Kimberly. Thank you. Because a lot of people don't know, right? They don't know the difference between a psychic, a medium, like an intuitive, an empath. There's so many words that we throw out there right now. So thank you for asking. That's a great question.
All right. So Tammy stated, I was lucky to have a reading from Tracey on the radio station a few months ago. It's Tammy Maymood.
Hi, Tammy. I'm so glad.
And so, do you approach strangers with messages from spirit like Teresa does?
Okay, so that's TV, y'all. let's an ethical psychic would never approach somebody out on the street like that. So this is TV. Those people had to sign waivers. So they make it look like it's an ambush, but it's not really an ambush. Remember, there's a lot of editing involved on the TV show.
Yes.
So I think at first, I didn't have discernment yet when I first started doing this. And I just thought everybody would want to hear. But I quickly learned that not everybody wants to hear a message. And not everybody believes in this stuff. And it freaks some people out. So I've learned, I think a key word is discernment. I will, if I really feel the need, like I'm being drawn, I'll just start a conversation with them and I will feel them out. And usually spirit knows what they're doing. They'll say a word that's a woo-woo word, or they'll say, oh, I would meditate. Then I know, okay, they believe in it. And then I'll do it. It happened to me at the airport. I was in line on the Southwest flight. And I had a man who was I feel spirit heavily and I feel it in my head. And he was like, you know, sometimes it's really light, but sometimes it's really whoa. And he was like, whoa. And I'm like, I'm in the airport. How am I going to find who you belong to? There's just no way. Right. And so I got on the flight and I always sit in the back. I don't know why people don't like that, but I just go way to the back. Well, this time I stopped about 10 rows and I stopped And I looked to my left and there was a lady sitting there, and I don't know why I was drawn to sit next to her. I even sat in the middle seat. Who does that, right? And in flight, we started talking. Like I said, I was warming up to her, and she said a magical word that made me think, okay, it's okay to tell her. And then her husband had just recently passed away. So I was able to give her a little mini reading right there on the flight. But
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Spirit knows what they're doing. You just got to follow your intuition, follow it. Yeah.
Yeah. One time I was getting a massage. And Betty came through, and so I said, okay, let me see. I'll go ahead and tell her. So I started, telling her the message from her dad, and she got really teary eyed, or you could tell and I'm going, this probably was not a good time during my massage.
Right.
It's okay. Okay. I went ahead and I thought, this is the time. This is what she needs right now. I don't need my great massage, but no, she did a good job afterwards.
Yeah. Sometimes you just feel it. You just know, right? But I know when I walk up to someone on the street, probably not. Just discernment. And number two, I've set major boundaries with spirit. It can take over your life if you allow it to. And I've set some major boundaries. Like, I don't just read people anymore. I ask them to book a session. So that's become a boundary of mine. When I leave the door, they can bother me, and it takes me connecting to them to figure out who they are. And I just choose not to connect sometimes, right? Because I have to be human too. And you can get really lost in the la la land of mediumship. And so setting boundaries is really important for me, or I could be drained all the time. And so that's what I've done. I don't connect unless I want to, Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
These are some great questions. I'm loving them.
Oh, I know. It's great. All right. So
keep asking.
Oh, okay. Kimberly says, I love knowing they are watching over me. Oh, yes. That's kind of like, and Kristen said, fear of the unknown. Oh, yeah. Tammy also said that she's a huge fan of Tracey's daughter, Jasmine.
Yeah.
So if not everybody knows, Tracey's daughter, Jasmine, is also a psychic medium and awesome.
Yeah.
And I think both of you are so good, but you have different ways of approaching it.
We really do, right?
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So also, Tracey, why don't you tell us a little bit about like some of the because I know you've gone in you've gone and like been taught over in England and things like that. So why don't you tell us some of that?
Yeah. So the one major difference I think between me and Jasmine is I've got training, right? And she's gone the kind of a natural route. And so that kind of what sets us a little bit differently apart. But yeah, my training, I've had 5 years and had a lot of training. So when you sit with me, just know that I've put my heart and soul into this work. So I've sought out really good teachers myself. I've been to the prestigious Arthur Findlay College in England. I've probably been 5 times, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. To train with different tutors over there who are phenomenal. I've done some programs with Lisa Williams, certified through her program twice. I'm a certified psychic and a certified medium through her. I've also had a mentor, Colby Rebel. I know that you guys know her too. Colby Rebel out of LA. And she's the mentor that kicked my butt and got me. Sometimes you need one of those, right? Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be where I'm at today unless, her faith in me, and she saw what I couldn't see sometimes. And so that's what you need. You just need somebody who can see in you what sometimes you don't see in yourself, because I'm going to tell you, you don't just wake up and be a medium. It's like a healing journey of your own, right? Mm-hmm. We all come to this place broken a little bit, right? And so it's all about healing and development. It goes hand in hand. You develop and you heal. You develop and you heal. It's always a constant growth process. Even mm-hmm. today, I can have one reading where I didn't feel like the person thought it was amazing, but I know it wasn't amazing, right? And we have confidence issues. We question ourselves, but you just got to get back up. And I know that that's just part of me. One tutor once told me, the biggest problem in your mediumship will be what's the biggest problem with yourself. And for me, it was confidence, right? So I was lacking the confidence in my mediumship because I lacked confidence in my personal life. And so working on that constantly, right?
Right. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I have a question though for you, and I think it's a great question. Is it common to have families to have those amazing abilities?
So I think it is. I wouldn't, I say that two ways because I don't want you to think just because you don't, that you can't, but I'll give you an instance for me. I was the first person in my family to come out and to do this work. And then Jasmine, and then my sister started having experiences. And then my mom, after saying no,
Wow.
no, said, okay, well, maybe I've had some experiences. And then I also have a cousin in, I think, Virginia, and she came out and she's studying trance mediumship or physical mediumship. So she's going a whole different direction than me. But yeah, all of a sudden, everybody, it was okay to come out, right? Someone had to do it. I opened the doors, and I just feel like, everybody felt comfortable saying, okay, now we can do that. So I do believe it runs in families. I'm about to go visit an aunt in Belize, and she just emailed me and said, I have these things too. And she comes from my dad's side. So it's a different side of the family. So I think it does spread, but don't let it limit you if you don't think it does. So, Does that make sense?
It does, because spirit, calls you if they think that you can do the job.
Absolutely.
You have it.
Yeah.
I'll actually bring up a point because it was kind of funny because I had a story after one of my classes. I went and asked my mom some questions because I had gotten a reading. You do the exercises and things. And I literally went through all these questions, and my mom ended up validating everything that I couldn't validate. And then when I told her, I was like, well, yeah, I was in a psychic mediumship class. She goes, well, I mean, I don't know if that's real. And I go, Mom, how on earth would I be able to even know to ask you these questions if they hadn't come up, because I didn't know them. I could not validate them myself. Right. And she was like, and then you kind of like, oh, well, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sometimes you have to kind of show yourself, huh?
You
show
do.
those abilities.
And then I even have friends that are like the normal people, right? And they just accept me. They don't believe in it. They think it's weird. They think it's scary, right? But they still love me and accept me. So
absolutely,
the people who are meant to stick with you will stick with you. The ones that aren't meant to will fall off, and then that's okay too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh my goodness, the comments are coming. I think there's more questions. Is that
Please.
okay to answer a couple more?
Absolutely. I love it.
Okay. So, Chris, I'm just trying to find, and there's one about this. But in my own helping arena, I'm simply a vessel. Often I have no idea where the possibility solutions come from. All right. So the question, I meant to do the one. Okay. So if something bad comes through to you, do you share it with the person you're doing the reading with?
That's a great question. And this is where we get into ethics. We never want to hurt anybody. So no, I don't always share everything. Sometimes, number one, we're all human, right? So what if we were wrong this time, right? Then you just set something up in their brain that may possibly trigger it to come true. So I'm really careful. I mean, I'm talking more about probably death. Like, if I don't ever get when someone's going to die or how they're going to die or anything like that, I'll never, ever, 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 ever give any of that information. And I've asked my guys not to ever give it to me anyway. But I can feel if there's like infidelity going on in the relationship. So I'll tell some of that kind of stuff, right? But I'm very careful. Mediumship comes with a ethics. You have to have ethics in what you do because you don't want to cause any damage, right? You're trying to heal people. So here's what my theory is. I keep my readings based on hope, healing, empowerment. That's what I talk about, right? If they come to me wanting to know if their husband cheated, I said, well, if you think he is, what's wrong with you for staying? Why are you? So I try to turn it back on you. You're healing yourself, hope for yourself, empowerment for you, right? So that's how I kind of try to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and I love how you bring up the ethics, because I know both Lisa Williams and Colby talk about that.
Yes. In order to get certified with Lisa Williams, I had to take an ethics exam, right? I was given situations and you're like, right? So just to get certified with her, you have to have ethics.
Yeah. So can we, there's a question in the comments from Karen Over saying her daughter may have abilities, but psychologists say she has been told her to stay away from thinking that as she sought help, she was feeling things, predicting, hearing, etc. How should we handle this, in your opinion?
Okay, so I'm getting a lot of feedback on Cassie. So the question is, her daughter's having experiences, but the doctor said to stay away from it. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to Western doctors. Like, if you feel you're being called, you're feeling you're being called for a reason. What I would say, though, is this: if you're in a depressive state, and this is a lot about the vibration stuff we'll talk about today, I would never want you to start training. That's why we have the healing involved, right? Because you've got to get past that state, because like attracts like. So, you know, if you're low, depressed, in a dark place, you may perceive things to be dark around you. We would never want that to happen. So I would train and develop and heal. Remember, it's a heal, develop, heal, develop, heal, develop, until you finally raise your vibration enough where you're connecting, you're happy, and all light and love comes in. Set the intention. I set the intention with my guides a long time ago. If you want me to do this work, I don't want to worry about if something dark is coming through or not. You take it. And I'm not doing this. So I've not once in 5 years had a bad experience, ever.
And, you know, we got to remember too, we are the ones that are in control.
Absolutely.
Of spirit. So if there is something that keeps coming to you, you can definitely get rid of it.
Command it, boss
Yes.
it, right? They have to listen to you. It's the universal law, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm more afraid of people on earth than I am of spirit. That's what I'm more afraid of.
Okay, let's do one more question, and then we'll go on. Katrina says, asked, I haven't fully embraced my capabilities. Where would you start?
Number one, find someplace. Like for me, I found a store in my place. If you don't have that, get online. I do classes. I do beginner stuff. Follow somebody, right? Attach on to somebody. That's what I did. I attached on to Colby Rebel. That became my mentor, took classes. So find someone who resonates with you and just do it. Don't be afraid. We all start at the same place. We all start not knowing if it's right or wrong, questioning ourselves. We've all started at the same place. And it just took dedication to get past that and to get where you're at. So I encourage you, find some place, take some classes. We'll talk about a class I'm giving later on in the show, but yeah, do it for yourself. It's a beautiful experience. I'm telling you, I'm going to write this book on the other side of healing, because once you get on that other side of it, you can have this most amazing life full of your most potential. So do it. I'm telling you, do it.
Well, guess where we are? We're going to talk about your workshop. Oh, that was it. Okay. So this is talking about high vibrations, where relax your body, vibrates at a higher frequency. But that's talking about it. But we want to talk about your workshop.
Yes. So March 6th, I'm partnering with a UK psychic medium. Her name is Paula Weller, or Paula Mary, sorry. So it's going to be cool. You're going to have a US based psychic medium and a UK based psychic medium, and we're going to do the workshop together. And it's interesting because we are taught differently in different countries, and there's different ways of doing things. So it's going to be interesting to get both sides of that. And it's called the 7 Steps to a Higher Vibration. And I say anybody can join. I don't care if you're advanced or just a beginner. This is all about energy and working through your fears, working through your blocks, learning how to connect with your own spiritual self. Like, we have like this amazing workshop lined up just to get you centered and get you to knowing yourself and recognizing what's stopping you from pushing forward. And like, you know, I have a workshop called Breaking Down Blocks, and part of it's going to be in this workshop. Like, let's break your blocks down. Let's identify them and let's get rid of them. Your biggest block from anything you'll ever do is fear. So we're going to work on releasing the fear. And so it's going to be an amazing workshop. So it's from like 9 a.m. Central Time to 2 p.m. Central Time. So it's a pretty long workshop. And it's like $88, but you can go to my Facebook page, The Red Couch Medium. You can message me and I'll send you information. I think it's going to be an amazing workshop for any level. It's just about connecting to your energy, right? We're all vibrating. We're all energetic beings. So mind your own energy. That's what I tell everybody. Mind your own energy. Figure it out. Right?
And I did actually see a comment roll by that asked if we could post like where to take classes later. So yes, on this feed and inside the event that we made for this, we will definitely post out places where you can take classes. We'll definitely get Tracy's class on there. But yes, we will definitely share that information with you. For sure.
And usually like every 3 months, for anybody who's interested, I do like an intro psychic medium development course, right? We go at the very beginning, so you can have zero experience and go through this. I know that my 2 ladies have taken that with me, and we did that together. And now I have even, so drink to that, right? They've done that course with me. And then I created a more advanced course. So now you can go from one to the next step. So just keep watching my page. That should start in March again. So I do it every 12 weeks. So yeah, there's always opportunities to learn and train. And I think it's amazing. I love it. I love teaching. I'm passionate about empowering you to be your very best self. I want you all to succeed. There is no jealousy. There is no nothing, right? I want all of y'all to succeed.
All right, I'm going to agree to that.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to quickly say something about that beginner class with Tracey. I had been to many of classes before coming to work with Tracey, and probably the day that we spent in that first workshop is like first day where I was like, okay, this got broken down in a way that my brain could process and resonate and like actually be able to make sense of the things that were coming through and the things that I was feeling and like that. And so it is an amazing place to start.
Ditto. Yeah, because
I'm beginner friendly, not to worry.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so ladies, are you ready to do some readings?
Yes, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm going to use my deck. So
yeah, and actually tonight we've got all of us do the same deck that we'll be drawing from. This is Messages from Above. This is actually a deck that Tracey created. So this is, it's kind of a fun night. We've got all got red wine, we've all got the same deck. We'll see what comes up for people. So if you would like a reading, please go ahead and start leaving comments in the comment feed so that we can see your name come through, and whoever we are drawn through to, we will go ahead and each draw a card and see what happens.
And let everybody know too, it's only psychic readings tonight. We're not going to do any mediumship.
Just know your loved ones are here. I promise you, they all love you.
Yeah, and if they pop in though, sometimes I'll have them pop in. It's like, oh.
Yeah, just know.
But that happens. Okay, Tracey, can you see to pick one?
Nope, you guys pick. Just tell me.
Okay, go Cassie.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Let's go with Christy Woods.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
All
right.
Okay. I got the first one. Are you ready? Christy, I got the goals card. Ha ha. I know Christy too. So you got the goals card, and it's time. Time is now. It's time to make a plan, then execute the plan. This is your year. It's time to get out of the funk. It's time to start making goals for yourself and making sure you try to hit each goal you make. This is your year to accelerate. This is the year you're going to come out of whatever it is you've been going through. So make sure you are setting goals. I always find it helpful to write them down. If I see them, then I know it's something that I can attain. So set your intention, put it into the universe as fact, and write them down, girl. You got this. This is a good year for you. Come out of your shell. Let's do it. All right.
All right, Cassie, you want to go next?
Okay. Are we drawing? Okay.
Okay, you're kind of oh, there you go. You were frozen there for a second.
Okay. All right. Pamela Malone.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought we were. Are we just doing?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I got confused. No, I've got a card ready for Chrissy. I just had I confused Sorry. So the card I got drew for you was patience. So going off of the message that Tracey gave you about your goals, don't let yourself get frustrated in achieving those goals. So many times, we get started on something and then we see the progress, or we kind of hit a block. It's like, just be patient through those blocks, but just keep moving. Just keep moving forward. For sure.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of change the deck a little bit. Since we've already gotten 2 cards from that deck, I'm going to go ahead and do a mystical wisdom, because I really feel like, you are really needing to also look at your spiritual side. It's just really strong with you. Oh my gosh, and this is awesome. This kind of goes, don't y'all love when everything fits in like a puzzle piece? So originality, blaze your own trail, okay? So a lot of people are going to tell you, this is kind of what I'm getting. People are going to tell you, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. You need to find, like, Tracey was saying, you need to write your own goals. And you need to find your own way to get there. There's not just one way. So, and also find the courage to stand up to those people and say, I'm going to do it my way. I love that. All right. So, Christy, let's drink some red wine and hope that resonated with you. And God bless.
Yes.
Good luck, Chrissy.
All right.
Who's next? I'm ready. Let's do it.
Who's next? Okay. So let us know that you're still here. Do you want me to pick this time, Cass? I guess we can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Really, who's really pulling me right now is Tammy. Tammy was really pulling me.
You want me to go?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Tammy, I pulled the compassion card, and just want you to take a look at that. Right. And what it says is, it's time to express compassion. One must take the necessary action. And I really feel that this is about yourself, right? So yes, compassion towards others, but mainly compassion for yourself. Like, give yourself a break, give yourself grace during this time, right? I think you're healing old wounds. I think you're coming into yourself. I think you're shedding this skin and becoming this different person. And so I want you to really focus on giving yourself a break. Pat yourself on the back every once in a while. You're doing a great job, even if no one's telling you. Sometimes we have to be our own biggest cheerleader. Remember I said, my biggest struggle was confidence. So find what that struggle is with you. And this is the time and the year to do it. Now that we're in COVID, we're stuck. It's a really great time to do some self-healing and self-love. I would journal every day, 5 things you love about yourself, 5 things you're grateful for. All right, good luck.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Cassie, let's just do it in this order.
All right. The card I actually pulled was celebrate. So I do feel like it's, and actually the part that I got drawn to is actually inside the drawing. It says, life is sweet. So just remember, as you're going through everything, that even the small things, they're worth celebrating. It's okay to have struggles, but don't take them on too strongly. Just celebrate the fun things and the little things in life.
Awesome.
Okay, and also what I'm getting, I love this, that we're looking at, different pieces of the puzzles, bringing it all together. And tell me what I'm getting with you too is sometimes you get really stuck where you are. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull the Cosmic Dancer. And it's kind of like it's dance movements. It gets you going because, you get your momentum going. And for some reason you stop sometimes and you go, okay, this is not what I was thinking it would go. Right? So let's see what card. Offer. Okay. I love this. So what this is offering, and seeing how she's going up into the energy and she's offering. In other words, you need to offer yourself, believe in yourself, offer yourself and your energy, and you will shine. And people are going to be going, wow, she is really great energy. She has confidence in herself, and you're going to be really able to make things happen that way. You'll manifest more. All right. So Tammy, let's
drink to that. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, so I'm being drawn to Sherry Martin. Let's pull her.
I'm gonna say Sherry, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sherry, I got.
And I'm looking for her. So y'all go ahead. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I got the breathe card for Sherry. So I feel like you feel like you're juggling a lot of things at one time. And so this card is a reminder, just take a step back. It says it's time to pause, breathe, connect your mind to your soul. So sometimes we just need a walk. Sometimes we just need to unplug. Like we have a lot going on in our country and the world right now. And sometimes it can just get overwhelming. And then we can be so busy and getting things done that we forget to connect with our soul and just breathe. So this is a reminder to relax, to breathe. And if you can, when this is all over, it's time for a vacation near the water. I think the water will do you some good. Okay. Good luck. Next.
All right. The card that I chose is tragedy. And the words in it say, through unspeakable tragedy can come incredible beauty. And I do feel like there are some things that have been in your past that have just been really tough and really hard. But I do see you coming out on the other side of that. I know you and I have spoken in person, but what I also am getting is like the health. It's always, and you're in such a much better place with your health. It's also like just in life in general, like things are just going to keep moving forward. So what all the tragedy you've had in your past, I almost feel like you're just kind of past. You're moving. You're in that part of your life where you're moving past it.
All right, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use these cards as well, messages from above, because I really am feeling it's so funny when y'all were talking. There's definitely a female that is surrounding her, like with motherly love, that's just surrounding her. And so she's telling me that she's drawn for this because she feels like she can bring a message in that way.
Oh, beautiful.
And I know that these cards, and every time I do, and just to let Tracy know, anytime I do mediumship, I always pull a card from here. And it is so powerful because it's interesting. It goes with a message that I usually give to people.
That's crazy,
so
right?
It's awesome. Okay. So forgiveness, a single act that can set your soul free. Okay. So what I'm really getting from her, and I'm really getting goosebumps. Oh my gosh. That there is some forgiveness that you need to really work on so that you can move on from this relationship, and just really look at the good things that you have had in the past. But it's just, she's saying you just need to learn how to forgive others and also forgive yourself. That's another big thing that she's telling me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Sherry, hopefully this resonates with you. That was a quick. I always hate leaving it that quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Just 1 second. So you guys know, I just want to tell everybody these cards were made during my healing journey. So these were messages that I got from Spirit while I was trying to heal. So hopefully you'll get some healing from it, or at least it'll tell you the road you need to go down to get healing. Yeah.
But
right.
you were also connected with Spirit, because again, it really, anytime I do mediumship, it just goes right along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. I'm going, oh, wow, Tracy, you did good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So let me know who is here.
Yay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Kristen, yeah, you'll get there, my dear. Okay.
Aww.
I like how Kristen says, yeah, my greatest challenge is forgiving myself as well. So see, sometimes somebody's message can also heal somebody else,
Absolutely.
know?
That's how Spirit works. They try one opportunity to heal as many people as they can.
So it really, it's awesome. Okay.
What we got?
So Lisa, oh my gosh. Okay. I recognize you from your questions, but I was drawn to your name, girl. So here you go.
We're doing Lisa?
Yes.
Lisa, I got the judgment card for you. So judgment, and here's what it says. Judgment is the absence of self-reflection and love. So was that a clap? So here's what the card says. It's time to self-reflect, right? And I'm a big believer that we shouldn't judge unless we've had the experience. And so if people are judging you, like, I just feel like release that, go inward, look at yourself, know exactly who you are. It's all about authenticity of who you are anyway. And just, marinate on that a little bit. Take a really deep dive look at yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else says. I always say, everybody stay in your own lane. I stay in my own lane. You can do what you want to do, but I'm gonna stay in my own lane. So that's just kind of what I'm getting from you. And then also, like, if you find yourself judging others, it's just a good reminder that we need to look in the mirror, because if we're judging, there's something coming back at us, right? So that's what Spirit told me when they gave me this card, to do a lot of self-reflecting before I pass any judgment on anybody. And so it's just all about self-reflection. So good luck with that. Mm-hmm. Yay.
Absolutely. Okay, the card that I got is breathe.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just so important. It's to remember to pause, to remember to take a breath, to remember, especially when we're feeling stressed. I know with COVID and being locked indoors, sometimes it's more stressful than others. It's just, before you react, before you open your mouth and try to command the situation, take a breath. Just remember to just kind of pause. And also, just in life in general, it's taking that moment for you.
Yeah. Good job.
And Cassie, it's so interesting because I was getting the exact same thing. It's so funny because I was getting that, especially and this is kind of what I'm feeling with your energy, Lisa, is that a lot of times people don't know that you're kind of sad. You're so energetic, and you want to state your opinion or whatever, and they don't see how you're really feeling inside. And but I'm feeling the same way though, Cassie, that sometimes you need to really think about before you say some things and be honest. Tell your truth. If you're not feeling good, or not only state your opinion, but also how you're feeling inside. Okay, so the card that I'm pulling for you, oh my goodness, and this goes with all of ours, okay, is cheer up. Right?
Buttercup.
Live in the moment. Okay. So don't worry about the future. And there you go. A lot of times with judging, that's again talking about it, judging in the future. So definitely cheer up and live in the moment. All right. So hopefully this resonates with you. I hide my sadness and anxiety, refrain from burdening others. It's so hard for me, and I hate conflict. But you know what? And Tracey can help me with this as well. Isn't that all in the healing?
It's all in the healing, right?
Yes.
All in the healing. Somewhere, somehow, someone told you weren't good enough to speak your truth. That's all it is. And it's just going back to that.
Right.
I always just say, listen to this. If you're going to speak your truth, I want you to take 7 seconds to swallow that truth and let it come back out through your heart. So just make sure you're speaking it with love. And if you're speaking it with love, then there's nothing you have to worry about. Mm-mm.
Right. Absolutely. All right. We have enough for one more. Okay. So, yeah, I chose that one. So I forgot who chose last time. All right, Cassie.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Melissa Raphael Jackson. I hope I said that right, but her profile picture is very bright. It keeps catching my attention.
All right, so is it Melissa?
Yes.
Melissa.
Okay, yeah.
Melissa.
Y'all go ahead and I'll find her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Melissa. So Melissa, I pulled the Transcend card. So this is what it looks like. Okay. And it says, sometimes the end is only just the beginning. So whatever you're going through right now, just know when one door closes, another one's open. That's just how it works, right? You're transcending, you're doing some changing, and you just got to allow the universe to guide you in the place that you need to be. I'm telling a lot of clients right now, flow and grow, flow. Don't worry about the outcome so much. Just flow where it's taking you. You know, the universe will lead you exactly where you need to be. We don't always have to know the ending, right? A lot of us want that control, and we want to know what the end result's going to be. And am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? You know, surrender, put your intention into the universe, surrender, and just flow where it's going. Okay. So transcend is your word for the year. Okay.
Yes. Okay. The card I drew was thoughts. And just immediately when I drew the card, like what I felt was like, there's just like 1,000 things through your brain all the time. And it's just like, and a lot of the times you can kind of get hung up on those negative ones come through. And the thing is that your thoughts do create your reality. And so the more you focus on those negative thoughts, the more you're going to bring that into your life. So taking the time to really just try to retrain those negative thoughts come through, try to find something else to focus on. I actually heard a thing that it's every positive, like the positive thoughts are harder to stick in our brain than the negative ones. We can hear a negative thought one time, and it takes 7 positive affirmations after that to retrain our brain to bring it back into the positive. So that was just a statistic I heard, I think, through our business coaches. So, or through my business coaches. That's just something to keep in mind. It's when you find yourself kind of in that negative space, just repeat a positive thought as many times as you need to get yourself in that positive space.
Yeah, and Melissa, it's very interesting. What I'm hearing is Melissa. You've heard this before. Okay, I keep hearing that you've heard this before, and you're going, I've heard it before. And I don't want to, it's kind of like a resistance thing. And kind of like in what I was hearing is, you feel like you want to be in control. And so when people tell you a certain way and you're going, okay, I've heard this before, I don't want to, and just what we were talking about, raising our vibration. Because I know Cassie was talking about negative, and there you go, Tracey, with raising that vibration. Mm-hmm. And I think that will really help you as well. I love this. Okay, honor the cycles. Okay, so this is kind of that dance movement, okay? So you're just like the 8, okay? You're going to feel really good, and you think you're in control, and then sometimes you're not. You got to remember, lessons are to be learned whenever you're in that space. Right. And so that's probably, she's saying that's probably my mother talking. Yeah, and it could be. But anyway, so I hope that resonates with you, and just, take care of yourself and raise your vibrations to like what everybody was saying, to be more positive. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers to spirit.
Okay. I will tell you a secret with red wine. It makes me very flushed.
Are you looking red?
So I'm not embarrassed. It's just the red, even if I. All right. So anybody want to say the last goodbye or whatever, saying off, but I appreciate everybody being here.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone so much for coming on and signing on. And I'm just wowed.
Yeah. With all the love, and we can feel all the energy that you bring to us. And that's what's very important. And, you're here for a reason, because everybody, even if you didn't get a message tonight, sometimes, you heal through others as well, because you're going, I'm not alone.
Here, let me do one. So I have a man coming through, and I just pulled a card. So someone needs to hear this. So here you go.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Tracey.
So I have a man, he's like bugging, but I pulled a card, and this is what he wants to say. So I want everyone to listen. And if you can take it, just know that it was meant for you. I wish I would have told you more often just how much I loved you. Okay, so there's a lot of love coming from this person. So I hope that resonates with someone out there, but he's really persistent. So I'm going to give him his minutes to
Absolutely.
shine.
Let's do it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the information about Tracey's 7 steps to higher vibration. So when we end the show, it will definitely be there. Oh, okay. So Tracey, I got to let you know, Karen McGolrick said it was her dad.
Oh, I felt it was a dad too, so I'm glad.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So thank you, everybody. Let's raise our glasses and have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for coming to Metaphysical Happy Hour. And y'all stay happy and keep that vibration up.
Thanks, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.